Again, constrained by the limitations of the law. Kasi po, ang nasa PD 1520, there should be a physical submission of the documents, lalo na yung owner's duplicate copy. In a voluntary transaction like where somebody is trying to sell the property, the buyer or the parties should talagang isusurrender niya yung owner's duplicate copy. At yun po yung medyo constraint kami. Kaya kasi kailangan pumunta ka sa in that particular RD where the property is located, and you have to submit all this documentary requires as mandated by law. Yun po yung limitation ng batas.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, maybe LRA can submit to the committee or to the Senate. Baka meron na silang proposal or a study how we can do things online, lalo na, di ba? Nalaman natin na during a pandemic, ang hirap ng physical presence eh. Baka that is something that we can study. Yan lang po, Mr. Chair.
Tama po yan.
Deputy
Yes, sir.
Administrator, can we request from you just a short memorandum on what provisions of the law need to be amended, and at the same time still maintaining the security of the reliability of the documents, no?
Yes po, we would gladly comply with that. As a matter of fact, just to give that information, we have already prepared a bill that would more or less entirely revise the PD 1529 to keep tuned to the technology. Kaya medyo oo po.
Please give us a copy, then maybe I'll give a copy to my colleagues. They might want to support that or file it, you know.
That would be excellent. That would be excellent.
Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, go ahead, Senator Pimentel. You still have the floor.
Interested na rin naman si Senator Binay sa issue, so I will do the Tolentino motion. Can we defer the consideration of the budget of the LRA until all of the submissions para mahimay-himay natin tong budget nila?
Any objection from the body to the motion of Senator Coco to defer the favorable recommendation of the committee of the budget of the LRA to the plenary pending submission of documents requested by Senator Pimentel? Any objection to that? There being no objection, the motion is carried. You have the floor, sir.
Your Honor,
Mr. Chairman, kasi kung mas mahirap ang buhay mo, ayoko na, i-withdraw ko na lang.
It's okay. I see Deputy Administrator looks like a trustworthy fellow, and if he promised to give the documents, then there should be no problem.
Your Honor,
then the deferral is no longer in force.
Your Honor, if I may, just a bill of particular, ano po yung specific na documents that the committee is asking us to submit?
Baka yung reply niyo dun sa sulat ni Senator Pimentel ang kailangan.
Susulat kami.
Napakatagal na.
So sir, we will be waiting for that letter bago kami magbigay ng documents whatsoever.
I will ask Senator Binay yung points.
Well, I think he wants to know the status of your computer project, and then yung status siguro ng inquiry niya, yung inquiry niya mismo, yung specific inquiry niya, which has been pending for many months.
Yes,
and
sir.
then yung nasabi ni Senator Binay, yung submission for possible reforms.
Yes, sir.
Your contract with the private entity provider, kasi tignan natin yan. Plus your assessment. Are you happy? Are you happy with the services they're providing? The coverage, estimated total number of titles out there, estimated number already digitized in the computerized database, mga ganon. How long it took? Kailangan namin opinion nyo kasi kung happy kayo, meron yata kayong mga clients na hindi happy.
And if I may add, Senator Coco, Deputy Administrator, yung maybe give us a roadmap sa computerization. Sabi nyo, malami pang hindi computerized. How long will it take before all of these old titles will be part of your system para hindi tayo hybrid system? One is computerized, another one is not computerized. You have to look for it in the vault. Parang napaka-primitive, di ba?
Yes,
when will we see the light that everything is already computerized para isang sistema na, di ba?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. So
just to add, Kasi di ba nabanggit din ni na 25 million titles yung kailangan atang i-digitize? Nakakailang million na ba tayo or may million
Yeah,
na ba?
that's exactly what I was asking for, Senator Nancy.
Meron po kaming ready information on that, Your Honors. Meron
Just
kami.
submit it na lang. Make it
Opo,
part of
opo.
your submission.
So
sir.
just for clarity, Your Honors, I will be submitting a comprehensive brief report on the project itself, the roadmap, support, and so on, and the draft bill. Kasi doon po yung naka-embed yung mga reforms that
And your reply to Senator Coco also, please. His query. Your reply to his query.
Yes,
Yun ang
sir.
pinakaluma na eh. Panis
Yes,
na
sir.
yun eh. Panis na. Oh.
Mr. Chairman, I don't care if they take 9 months to submit the submissions. Di sila ang apektado ngayon. 9
Sige,
months.
sir. Actually, sir, I can always give my my email address kay
Yeah.
Senator. Ibigay niyo na lang
Yes,
po sa
please.
akin. Papatrace ko ngayon, ngayon din.
Okay. Yeah.
Opo.
We'll ask the committee to facilitate the discussion. No?
Mr. Chair,
Okay.
Mr. Chair,
Senator Tolentino.
Senator Francis, look, you
Yes,
started
yes.
a trend, sir.
yes, I'm still here.
Started a trend here in the DOJ
I
budget.
joined Senator Pimentel in his proposal because these are the very same questions I asked last year. I asked the LRA last year relative to their encoding processes, their owner verification system, etc., etc. And this is the same questions now being asked by Senator Pimentel. So apparently this has not been addressed. So I concur with Senator Pimentel. I joined the distinguished gentleman from Cagayan de Oro in seeking a deferral of the budget of the LRA. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, but the motion is already carried anyway. So
Thank you.
thank you for your
May shortcut tayo.
statement.
Mr. Chairman, may shortcut tayo. Sabihin lang natin, we make the Tolentino motion. Alam niyo na ang ibig sabihin nun.
Ganon yan, ganon. With the matching gesture. No.
Hindi, marami pa
Yeah, anyway, your motion was carried, Senator Coco. So pending that, we won't
Yes,
we
yes.
won't take up their budget in the plenary, and we'll hold it. But would you like to finish up on other matters?
Yes,
sir?
yes sir. Marami pa sana tayong tanong kasi sa dami nga ng attached agencies dito. Pero working lunch na naman. I hope nag-lunch na si Secretary. Kumistahin ko sana ng NBI. How come OIC lang tayo sa NBI, sir?
Thank you po.
Wala ba tayong, hindi pa tayo regularly appointed?
Secretary General.
Naka-mute, sir. The status of
You're on mute. You're on mute, Director Distor. Oh.
Director Distor
Mute po kayo.
OIC, sir. Wala pa tayong regular appointment?
Pero sir, thank you Mr. Chair. Still on OIC sir, not yet received regular appointment sir.
Yeah, ayusin natin ang status ng NBI para may stability na. Well, sana sa start pupurihin ko lang sana ang NBI kasi ever since the time ni Director Giran, there has not been any adverse or negative publicity about the NBI until yung something happened recently. Kaya medyo nasira yung ko sa inyo, nasira yung script ko para sa inyo. But to your credit, I think kayo rin mismo ang NBI itself was able to detect the problem, investigate, and then determine culpability. But of course, subject to our constitutional assumption of innocent until proven guilty. Sayang sir, sayang kasi nasira yung aking script sa inyo na talagang for the longest time, wala akong nabasa na encounter na negative report sa NBI. At tuwan-tuwa na ako dahil ito sa ating modernization law for the NBI. But ano ba nangyari doon? Was the suspect a new hire of the NBI?
Mr. Chair, thank you. He is a member of our legal service, sir, a legal officer. And it's an isolated case, sir. We treated it because he has a brother in the Bureau of Immigration. And rest assured, sir, at the NBI, there is no sacred cow, sir. In fact, the modernization bill, which the modernization law, which you have authored, give us the very needed change that help us to arrest those who are still in our ranks that needed to be weed out. So, sir, rest assured that the NBI will stood firm on its commitment, especially on the integrity to protect the Filipino people and uphold the rule of law, sir.
Was he a new hire o matagal na sa inyo yun?
He's been with us for almost 5 years, sir.
5 years na.
And, yes, sir.
Anyway, uulit-ulitin ko, no, the persons are presumed innocent until proven guilty. So the burden is with the DOJ to prove guilt beyond reasonable doubt. Marami pa sana ko itatanong dito about our batting average sa mga kaso natin, pero i-defer ko na lang Mr. Chairman kasi parang late lunch na yata sa mga tao. At any rate, I will go over the report. Andito yata sa meron sa presentation yata. Dito naman yung ano bang tawag dito? Performance indicators yata. So, daanan ko muna, Mr. Chairman. I haven't had time to go over it. And let me just commend the NBI na lang while kasama ito sa original script ko, Director, to commend you yung meron kinasuhan ng mga hospital na nag-reject noong na buntis ba yun o nanganak na.
Maraming salamat, sir.
Na namatay, no? So, keep up the good work.
Maraming salamat po, sir.
Strengthen your investigative abilities and capabilities. And then sabihin nyo lang kung ano yung kailangan nyo. Ano ba, academy? Kailangan nyo ng funding for an academy?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair.
I-recommend mo daw sa mga permanent, Senator Coco. Why don't you recommend him to be made permanent? Why don't you recommend Director Distor to be made permanent? So,
Yes, yes.
baka,
para may stability, di ba? What can a regular NBI director do which an OIC cannot do? Parang ganoon, para malaman natin na importante yung regular appointment kasi may so-called stability. So anyway, ano na lang siguro yan, i-research ko, pakisulat na lang kung ano yung director, what an OIC cannot do which a regular NBI director can do. And then saka na lang natin pag-usapan yung primary jurisdiction na issue sa totoong buhay ba nasusunod ba natin yung internal priority in internal hiring, di ba? Tapos salary scale in-improve natin kung in real life nasusunod ba natin, anong problema kasi there is no perfect law naman, and then sometimes in the implementation of the law doon doon tayo sumasabit because sometimes yung spirit and intent hindi nasusunod. So just tell us habang andito pa kami. Pa natin ang NBI, and of course the chairman is also a lawyer. Alam natin yung Senator Tolentino also, alam natin yung importansya ng justice system sa ating bansa. So, Mr. Chairman, I have just to spend my interpellation pero if ever I will resume it sa plenary na lang, Mr. Chairman. If ever.
yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
We appreciate that.
We can have lunch na. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you very much. Thank you very much, Senator Coco, and very good points. We'll ask NBI Director to comply with the request for information. So I think you're the last one, Senator Coco. So any other hanging questions from the body before we close up? Of course, we have the motion of Senators Tolentino and Pimentel to defer the budget, the recommendation of the budget of LRA and of the Office of the Solicitor General pending the submission of some requirements to their satisfaction. Sec Maynard, there is a question, Sec Maynard. There is a question from the media.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
The media texted me Are you going after any big fish in your PhilHealth? They want to know if there are any big fish.
You going after any big fish in the Philippines?
Well, Mr. Chairman, as I have explained earlier, we have just begun and we're still uncovering and gathering more evidence. So who knows if in the future some other big fish may be caught, you know, that is a possibility, Mr. Chairman. So we're not foreclosing the possibility that some other important people may.
You're not ruling it out. You are not ruling it out.
Thank you, Mr.
Okay.
Chairman, support and for the
All right,
members.
so I think there are no other
Mr. Chair?
questions. I think there are no other questions.
Chair?
Senator Nancy, yes.
Hindi, just for
Yes, Senator
submission,
Nancy.
kasi di ba for the past months, maraming nire-read yung NBI or BI pagdating din sa mga illegal Chinese. Siguro for submission na lang kung ano ng status, kung ilan na yung na-deport, kung ilan pa yung naka-detain. Yun lang
Okay,
po, Mr.
illegal
Chair.
Chinese from the NBI. You're asking that from the BI, the BI.
Yes, from the BI.
Okay, so Sec Guevara, can we request the BI to submit the information or the updates requested by the status of the illegal Chinese workers? See you nodding your head, Secretary. Thank you. So, we'd like to thank our colleagues, Senator Coco, Senator Vice Chair Amy, Senator Bong, Senator Nancy, and Senator Francis for joining us. And we thank the DOJ Secretary and the heads of the attached agencies for joining us today. And we'll favorably recommend all of the attached agencies except for the ones deferred, which are the Office of the Solicitor General and the Land Registration Authority, pending the submission of documents. Thank you and good afternoon, Your Honors.